How is it being a dad?
It's been good.
Yeah?
It's been good. It's been a lot of fun. I don't think I've heard him cry yet. Like he will cry like if he's hungry, but
Sure.
it's more of like
So do I.
right, exactly. Who doesn't? Okay.
All right, guys. Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Charlotte Comedians Getting Coffee in Charlotte. Today with me, I've got my friend Alex King. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. We are at Thousand Hills Coffee. We're outside of it.
It's very crowded.
It's so crowded.
So crowded.
I didn't know I picked the coolest shop in town.
Yeah.
But thank you for being flexible.
Of course.
Hanging out with me.
That's what we have to do.
Amazing. What are you drinking?
This is just a little iced latte, half calf.
Nice.
It's already had some calf.
Half calf.
Yeah, I try and like limit my caffeine intake a little bit.
Okay.
Not always good about it, but I try to.
That's
So.
That's a good way to be. I like it. I should do that because
Yeah.
I mean sometimes I wonder how tall I could be
Yeah, it's true.
if I had just chilled out.
I'm waiting on my growth spurt. That's for sure.
Same,
So.
sister. So Alex is a stand-up comedian, a show producer, husband, and very new father. Very, very new father. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about how long have you been doing stand-up?
Sure. So I've been doing stand-up for about 2-ish years now. So I started, I'd done improv to begin with and got into stand-up about a couple years after starting improv. And so I took a class at the Comedy Arts Theater Charlotte taught by Jason Allen King. That was my first introduction to stand-up. The showcase went really well. But then I went to a couple open mics and I just stopped because I was like, this is I don't know, if you're coming new into the scene, it can be a little grating to jump right into it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really love kind of the initial jump into the deep end. So I took a break and then got back into it after doing a charity comedy event. So then got back into stand-up after that.
What was the charity comedy event?
It was LOL for CFF. So for Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. So you sign up and the whole intent is new comedians or people who have never done comedy. You build a 5-minute set, you perform at the end of this period of time, and you do fundraising along the way too. But it was a lot of fun. So
Very
it was
cool.
for a good cause too.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how many comedy shows we've seen around Charlotte that are for a cause.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things about Charlotte is that it feels like Charlotte as a city is really supportive of the arts, but it's also really supportive of the local nonprofits.
Yes.
And I love how well we all work together.
Yes, I would agree.
Can you talk me through maybe your experience with improv and how it might have influenced your approach to stand-up?
Yeah, it's funny you asked that because I got into improv. I love improv. Improv I think is still kind of my first love. I still really, really enjoy it. And then I started doing stand-up and I was like, oh, these two parts of my brain are going to mesh so well. It's going to be really cool. I'll get on stage. I'll be loose. I'll be fun. And it was not that at all to begin with. So it was very interesting to kind of build that muscle between the two.
Yeah.
Because it's very different. And I think the one thing it really helped with initially was the stage presence or my ability to be more comfortable on stage. So I got into stand-up already feeling at least I had a leg up, so to speak, on at least feeling comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
Now what I did up there is completely different. So I recently have started feeling a lot more comfortable and being more improv-y on stage, a little more loose. And I had this epiphany a little while ago. I felt like I was just getting up on stage and just telling jokes. And I was like, I don't really feel authentic. I don't really feel like myself. And so I kind of made it my mission to kind of go up a little less pre-planned if I can. Know what my core, my bits are, what keywords, what I want to get through on stage. But just know I'm okay taking a diversion if something else comes up or something fun comes up. And I think that's how I've found melding the two right now works best for me.
That's a really good point because I think also as you know, it feels like the two sides of the comedy scene, improv and stand-up, are like the sharks and the jets. They're like oil and water. They don't often mix.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of stand-ups I know that started in improv first or do both. And it's you, me, Mont did improv, Sean, things like that. And I still will always advocate that every stand-up could benefit from an improv class because of particularly being able to kind of not just go through the motions or be
Yeah.
as meticulous about joke construction. Like, you can be a little bit more intuitive about it.
It's funny because I was comparing myself to other comedians. Because in your head, it's like, oh, this is stand-up. This is how it's done. But there's really no right way to go do it.
Right.
And I think you have to remind yourself of that in like stand-up. It's like there's some really wild stand-up acts that really
Yeah.
are like, is this stand-up? It's
Yeah.
just more of a comedic art form than anything else. And so it was Sean Kett for the viewers at home.
Yes. Go watch his episode, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was comparing myself to Sean because he and I hang out so much. And Sean is a really, really strong writer.
Such a
And
strong
Sean,
writer.
every time I'd see him perform, he would have something new each time. And I was like, dang, that's really, really good. I don't have the drive to go like write that frequently.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, I need to figure out like what my voice is or like my approach instead.
That note about comparing yourself as a comedian.
Yeah.
Because you and I both are part of this comedy community, but also like we hang out so much with the people in our comedy
Yeah.
community. I don't really like subscribe to the idea that like, you know, you can't be friends with other comedians or like it's a solo thing, you should only focus on yourself. I do think that we go further together, and I think that improv drills that into us quite a bit.
Yeah.
But on the note of comparing yourself, I am surrounded by like such funny, talented people all the fucking time. Like Carol, Joy, Charlotte, you, all of us. Like, so it's often hard for me to kind of sit there and go like, oh, yeah, I'm funny, because I'm surrounded by so much funny.
Yeah.
You know. But yes, you're right. There isn't really like a right or wrong way to do it, and also everybody's like approach is so different.
Yeah.
Like Sean has a writing routine and a schedule, and like his approach is very different than like yours and mine. I've talked to you a little bit about how I struggle to build like a writing process.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you are like as regimented about it in the sense of like you at least like brainstorm an idea every day, or what's your process?
Yeah, I will try and at least have like a couple new ideas or thoughts or anecdotes maybe. And then that's what I've been trying to like, if I'm working something out, I try and like find the angle or find like the tags and things like that on stage if I can, kind of
Right.
like in the moment. And it feels more authentic to me than, and there may be some that I pre-write too. If I have like a really good idea about something, or if there's something where I'm like, oh, this is a really good tag for that,
Sure.
definitely. But the bulk of the joke, what I try and do is like work that out at open mics or at shows, like in the moment a little bit too.
Yeah.
So I at least will have like a few key thoughts or ideas that I try and do like each day, or at least like anecdotes or something like that. And I'm like, okay, that could be funny.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of, it's certainly not a perfect process, but it works for me, and I enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think that's half the battle. Like,
Yeah.
no one wants to be miserable doing comedy.
Yeah, it's the same
Like-
way, like, no one likes fucking running.
Right.
If they like
Yeah.
it, they're lying. Yeah, but you do it. you
Right.
know? But yeah, if you could trick yourself into going like, but I like Zumba.
Yeah.
Or I like swimming.
Right.
Then it's like, well, you like cardio, just
Yeah.
not that way.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Now, when it comes to, because you do improv, you do stand-up, but you also do sketch comedy in the sense of like writing content with Sean and producing videos online. How is that kind of production and creativity process different maybe from improv and stand-up?
Yeah. So I think, again, if it was a Venn diagram, it would all start to merge a little bit,
Sure,
I think,
yeah.
because at least the approach Sean and I have is we try and keep it as loose as possible with that too. So there's some stuff that if it's like a concept that we want to pre-write, we'll write out the beats and we're like, hey, we want to make sure we hit this. Or like there's some pre-planned stuff, but it could also very much be, hey, I have this idea, let's try and go film it.
Right.
And like we'll keep it as, we're not after the highest production value out there. We're just trying to like figure out what the funny thing is and then figure out a fun way to film it as well. So recently that's like shifted towards like Charlotte specific sketches too.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, the algorithm's crazy. We're just trying to figure
Changes
out like
all the time.
yeah, and like I don't know. I told my wife, I was like, I got sucked into like an hour worth of flash mob videos on Instagram. And she was like, what is this, 2013? And I was like, no, they're still relevant.
It's crazy.
Anyway, but point being, like there's just so much out there and you never know what's gonna hit, what's not gonna hit. But we found success in kind of like finding Charlotte-specific problems or Charlotte-specific things that people don't like, and then kind of like just comedically unpacking those as well.
I think that's a good strategy, not only for like online algorithm growth and things, but also kind of building a little bit of like an in-person following with your stuff. Because I think I was on a show with Sean, and he told me that because he's putting out so many videos all the time, he's like, there's a handful of people in the audience that told me they found me on Instagram first. And I was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, that's great.
Yeah.
And I also feel like Charlotte's kind of unique in the sense that it is very supportive of the local arts too. And like people love content that can go like, that's so me. I get that.
Right.
I relate to that. Like so making content that is like perfectly tailored for a Charlotte local is great. That's very, very smart.
The one that did really well, and it was the first one, was the video about like the Plaza Midwood Harris Teeter parking lot, which everyone had. If you live here, you're at least familiar with it, or someone's complained to you about it. So to your point, it's like, oh, I've been there. That thing sucks.
Yes.
And then people will like chime in the comments, like, yeah, this sucks, or like, what about this? What about this? And like that's another way to drive engagement is like just get people to like sound off in the comments or like kind of argue back and forth sometimes too. But
that's smart.
It's been fun. We were filming something and got yelled at from a truck before.
Amazing.
They're like, "Hey, you're the Charlotte comedian. Keep it going." Stuff like that.
So cool.
So
Did
like,
you record that?
No.
Damn, that would have been great. Yeah.
But
dude, that's awesome though. I love that you have this like tight knit group of like creative, funny friends that you can just kind of like try so many different sorts of things out with. I think that that's really, really helpful. So when it comes to goal setting as a comedian and things, I talked to Sean about it a little bit, and he had said that like he and you guys kind of create these little mini goals for yourselves, like I want to hit this many followers by this time, things like that. How would you say that that has kind of like maybe affected like your approach to comedy and all the things?
Yeah, I think I do my best not to put too much pressure on myself. Because I am someone who I can fixate on things a little bit, and there's some level of imposter syndrome too. So I don't know. I have to make the goals for me seem like attainable and like, hey, can I go do this? And one of those was like follower goals, and really, I didn't try and get like too focused on like the amount, but it was more like, hey, am I gaining followers?
Yeah.
So it was more like binary in a sense of less of like.
I'm moving forward.
Right. Like, am I growing organically?
Yeah.
And part of that comes down to just posting consistently too. Good content, and making sure that it's like, relatable in some way, and it's, not, I don't know, there has to be some level of production quality in my opinion. Like, it's got to be like, oh, I'll watch this.
Yeah.
And the big thing for us too is like, or me in general, is like, do I think it's funny? Because there's been plenty of videos where I'm like, this isn't funny, I'm not going to post this. And then sometimes I have to force myself to do it because, like, you just got to do it sometimes, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we have goals like followers, like posting daily, we try and do that. We'll try and, I don't know, just other things like that, too, where it's just like, how do we continue to, like, figure out new ways to get, like, exposure. So we actually got interviewed by Axios, which was cool. And that's just, again, like, because we've been posting, because like it's gotten so permeated into the community.
Yeah.
They were just like, hey, can we do an interview? I'm like, yeah, of course. So,
I love that. Because also, not only are you guys like doing sketches together, but you're also producing shows together too.
Yes.
And how has producing been for you, or the process of building a show, building a lineup, promoting it? You know, how's that all gone for you?
I think that is the most challenging part of comedy, opinion, and it's mainly. The business side of things, it's a lot to learn.
Sure.
But what really, really I struggle with is like the show promotion, is like the actually like, hey, let's go.
Tell people.
Okay, sell tickets. Let's
right?
go. Because it's so finicky to get people like physically in the door. Marketing for those types of shows, it's not always one thing that works. You might have to do some trial and error, and like maybe like for one show it was heavy on like, I don't know, meta ads or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And then I've had recently. So we're doing a show right now at Sip City.
Yeah.
Which you're on the next one, so we're excited for that. June 24th. I don't know when this is gonna air.
It's gonna be great. You should go.
You should. But some people there are like, oh, I saw the paper flyers. And I'm like,
Isn't it weird how, like,
what the heck?
flyers,
Yeah.
paper flyers, like, they really do still have such an impact. It's
Yeah.
so strange to me. Charlotte is we're very blessed as a city because we not only have so many funny people, we also have so many independent producers.
Yeah.
I want to also talk about this other show that you produce, not just that showcase at Sip City, but Terrible Takes.
Yeah.
Can you talk me through how you kind of developed that idea?
Yeah. So I have to give credit to Mike Bird because it was kind of his idea to start with, and I just happened to have kind of a
Yeah.
space to do it in.
Yeah.
But it was like, hey, we all essentially have questionable opinions about things. So how do we get like comedians to bring those to the stage and share them in a fun way? And let's make it not so serious, right? So
Yeah.
let's not make it like a super deep take or a super like maybe polarizing take, but it's
Sure.
just more like, hey, how do we drill down to like the funny,
Yeah.
I guess kind of like just simple but yet kind of like make you go what type opinions too. So we structured it with like comedians bringing those types of takes. We would have a category
Sure.
essentially or something to like help provide some sort of guardrails.
Yeah.
And then would have a panel of judges as well.
Nice.
So yeah, again, Mike had kind of like pitched the idea. I was like, I like this a lot. And so we did it a few times at Seaboard here in South End. And then we had planned to do it at Duckworth. That did not happen, unfortunately, due to some other circumstances. But we're trying to get it back to, I guess, the stage sometime soon.
Yeah.
I've been busy recently with fatherhood. Apparently, you have to be a present father and everything like that.
Kind of like the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note,
Of course.
how is it being a dad?
It's been good.
Yeah?
It's been good. It's been a lot of fun. It's been, we were in week 2.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's fresh. He's just a little baby. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been tiring.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's a chill dude
Chill babe.
who will sleep just about anywhere. He does a good job of not. I don't think I've heard him cry yet. Like he will cry like if he's hungry, but
Sure.
it's more of like
So do I.
right, exactly. Who doesn't? But it's more like he's just annoyed.
Yeah, you're just like,
He's like,
"Wah."
yeah. It's not like these sustained cries.
Right.
It's been a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's been I think good just to have some time off and like be focused on one thing.
Yeah.
Because there's, in my opinion, when you have a kid, it's like, okay, this is my priority, right? Like I have to keep this child alive because he right now can't even control his own
Right.
neck.
And then like,
right?
so you also need to keep you alive.
Right.
And mom alive.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
absolutely.
it's just like, hey, how do we we're
Yeah.
just in kind of like this, hey, well, let's get through it. Let's have fun. But I don't know. It has helped simplify my mental perspective on some things
Yeah.
too, which is nice. But it's been a lot of fun so far. I don't know if I could say 10 out of 10 would recommend just
Right,
because there's,
sure.
you know,
There's a
to
lot.
each their own.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and say you need to have a
I love how unbossy you
child.
are. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's been a lot of fun.
How do you feel like it's going to like inspire or influence like your writing when it comes to jokes and stuff and content?
Yeah. So I think I've already done quite a bit of like pregnancy material.
Yeah, pregnancy
which has
dad
been
material.
fun.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the whole birth process is wild.
Yeah.
So that'll be some material for sure.
Big time.
Never have I ever felt more useless than when I'm in the delivery room, just being like,
You're doing great, babe.
Does anyone want snacks? Can I like get coffee?
Do you
for
need
anyone?
ice or yeah? Oh my god.
I'm just standing there. There's like 3 or 4 nurses around. Just like, okay.
Wow.
So there's a lot of that for sure.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of parent. I've been writing some stuff down.
Good.
But also trying to just be present and enjoy
Yeah,
it too.
absolutely. Yeah, and I know that like aside from being a comedian, producer, content creator, dad, husband, you also have a full-time job.
I
Like,
do,
You're a working corporate boy.
I did. Yep.
So I ask, how does balance work for you? And
Yeah.
also, what does self-care kind of look like for you with a full plate as you
Yeah, the plate never gets bigger. It's always just
know.
adding more to the plate.
Jesus.
I don't know why we can't just order bigger plates.
I know.
Um,
I hate when people are like, you have the same amount of hours in the day as Beyonce. And I'm like, Beyonce has an army of assistants.
yeah, you
So-
think Beyonce's doing all? You think Beyonce grocery shops?
Yeah, and I'm like, also, Beyonce wears 6 pairs of tights on stage,
Yeah.
okay? So, like,
Yeah.
she's supported.
yeah.
She's got all the
I
support.
think Queen Bee can figure it out. Yeah, it is tough. And it was tough before
Sure.
having a kid.
Yeah.
Because comedy stuff usually happens in the evening.
Late in the evening. And you
It's
have to drive into the office.
Yes,
And you drive
I'm in office.
far.
I'm in office right now to
Yeah.
Mooresville, which is not
It's like an hour.
ideal.
Yeah, bro.
77 traffic is rough.
I bet
The
you get through so many
tolls.
podcasts and audiobooks, though.
I usually call my mom.
I can't do this, Mom.
Yeah, it's usually me crashing out in the car to them.
Nice.
And then my dad's like, I did it every day for, anyway. So,
Dads.
Yeah. I was like, well, I don't want to do it every day. So yeah, for me, I think it's just a matter of like being strategic. So,
Sure.
so for a while when I started comedy, it was just like, hey, let me get up as much as I can.
Yeah.
Let me just do this as frequently as I can. I think I'm at a point now where I can be a little more selective, or I can at least plan my like week to month out in advance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like I could do shows, whether it's like a showcase or like a club show, and obviously that'll be kind of a little more pre-planned. And then I think just getting a little more strategic about when I film content, because there's some like fixed dates for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like improv practice, improv shows,
Right.
stand-up shows,
Mics or
stuff
whatever.
like that.
Yeah.
So I think just being a little more organized will help kind of naturally me prioritize too. Because obviously, again, all that is secondary to a wife and kid as well.
Yeah.